Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news, we have some recent insight on the lightweight division you won't want to miss. Did Charles Oliveira lose his title shot? There has been recent speculation as to the fight which will decide the owner of the UFC's vacant lightweight belt, as the UFC had initially planned to have Oliveira face off against Islam Makhachev in Abu Dhabi in October, but the former champion had been reluctant to accept the fight as he believes the referees in Abu Dhabi will rob him of his title as they are biased towards Russian and Muslim fighters. Yesterday we received more news on this, as it seems Islam's manager Ali Abdelaziz has stated that the UFC will now bypass Oliveira and try to find an opponent for Islam to fight against for the UFC Lightweight title. Michael Chandler has put himself forward as a contender according to sources, and Islam replied in a tweet, "Easy money, title is the goal, no matter who. Let's go at Michael Chandler at UFC." Ali, Islam's manager, seems to have a different opinion, however, on who should fight Islam for the lightweight title, as he took to Twitter to inform Chandler he isn't on Islam's level, stating, "You not on this championship run, player, set." Ali Abdelaziz seems to have his eyes set on a fight between Islam and Beneil Dariush, who is currently ranked as 6th in the lightweight division. He took to Twitter to express this, stating, "If Charles Oliveira not ready to fight in October, very simple, the division doesn't have a champion. Charles can fight the winner, then he deserve a rest. Respect." So if Charles is not really willing to fight in Abu Dhabi in October, we will see the UFC skip him for now and move on to someone who is willing to fight Islam Makhachev sooner than later. Recently, Islam Makhachev took to Instagram to share some words with his fans about his upcoming plans, in which he states, "I'm starting to prepare soon. Conducted a test to determine the maximum oxygen consumption and the anaerobic exchange threshold. I will share the maximum anaerobic power test later."
Вот сейчас видно, как ты взорвался. Давай.
It seems regardless of the opponent chosen for this upcoming lightweight title, no doubt Islam Makhachev will be ready for whoever the UFC decide to throw at him. Jon Jones and Francis Ngannou go back and forth on Twitter. After the events of UFC 276, it's clear to see that Alex Pereira could be a serious contender against Israel Adesanya, and it wouldn't be unlike Jon Jones to get involved in this debate, as we know that they have had some Twitter beef in recent times. This sparked Francis Ngannou, fellow African and UFC heavyweight champion, to come to the rescue of Adesanya, firing back at Jones on Twitter. Jon Jones first took to Twitter to give praise to Alex as he knocked out Strickland at UFC 276. He tweets, "Bro, I just went back and watched Alex P fight. Yeah, I'm riding with him all day. He made it look way too easy. Really hard to believe he was unranked before this fight." It seems like he was making a reference to suggest that he would back Pereira against Adesanya, which now seems to be a fight we will see at some point in the future of the UFC. This tweet from Jones sparked a reply from Francis Ngannou. Since Jones has been sitting back and talking, Izzy have defended his title at least 5 times. Well done, champ. Some people talk and some act. He clearly felt Jon has disrespected Adesanya, but Jon Jones, being Jon Jones, would give another reply on Twitter mocking Ngannou for sticking up for his friend, which read, "Look at Francis over there defending Elsa. How cute. I could take off 2 more years and you guys' work combined won't match what I've done in that octagon. Facts." Michael Bisping and Anthony Smith discuss Sean Strickland's loss to Alex Pereira at UFC 276. Bisping discusses how Strickland's pre-fight trash talk is something he's not a fan of.
I gotta say, I'm not a fan of the stuff that Sean Strickland says, okay? But I liked what he said at the press conference. He had me in stitches. I thought he was hilarious. I didn't see the whole press conference. I was on holiday, but I did see the highlights. I did see Sean Strickland going at Adesanya. I thought it was very, very funny. He had me laughing, but Pereira got the last laugh for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not a big fan of the stuff that he says either, but he had me laughing my ass off because he's so ballsy. You know, and for the first time, I seen someone get under Izzy's skin.
Oh, Izzy was pissed.
He was pissed. And no one's really been able to get under his skin. Even, Derek Brunson came at him pretty hard, and a couple of people have. And he's pretty cool, calm, and collected, but Izzy was real pissed.
Yeah, I'd tell you that was a classic.
But he feels stupid today.
Oh, of course
you know what I mean. Like, oh, that's I mean, you know how it is. Like I've talked some before, and then before the Rakic fight, I said there ain't a world that exists where Alexander Rakic survives on the ground with me. Then he grounds me for 15 minutes.
But to be fair though, that's what you've got to do. You've got to be man enough to talk and put yourself at risk. You know, like look at George St. Pierre. I talked crazy and got choked out for conscious because real men don't tap. But I remember on that conversation years ago, I think it was UFC 152, when I fought, forget who it was, but Demetrius Johnson was fighting Joseph Benavidez on the card. And we did a lunch with the press. Mm-hmm. And Demetrius Johnson, who, as we know, one of the most dominant champions that the UFC saw, and he was well, lengthy into his title run, would not predict to the press that he was going to win the fight. And I interjected. I went, whoa, hold on. Why won't you say you think you're going to win? And he said, well, because if I don't, I'll look stupid. And I said, well, yes, but that's the risk we take. That is us displaying the confidence that we have in ourselves to say, I'm willing to put this out there. I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to beat you. And if it backfires, well, then, of course, yeah, you do. You do look a little foolish.
Yeah, but that's just how it is. Sean went a little too hard.
With Holloway and Ortega having both lost to Alexander Volkanovski in their last 3 fights, it might be time for a new contender to take a shot at the Australian champion. And Josh Emmett, currently ranked at number 3 in the featherweight division, believes his time should come soon. Recently, Josh Emmett answered a few questions for Fight Nation on SiriusXM. He was asked about whether or not he believes he can sit at home and train and just wait for a title shot, or whether he must first make some noise.
I don't feel like I have to cause noise, but it's like you said, I do feel like the UFC is a popularity contest, instead of it being just a strictly merit-based who should fight who. But no, I'm the same person I've always been, and I'm not going to change. So it's like, I'm not going to do this crazy that, I know some of the fans or whatnot, they get a rise out of it. They enjoy it. But, man, I can fight. So every single time that I show up or I'm on a card, like the real fans that know about the UFC and know about me are excited because they know it's not going to be a boring fight. And people can't say, oh, this guy can't. I know the UFC cares a lot about numbers, and I showed in my last fight. That main event fight against Cater and I in Austin, Texas, was the highest grossing fight night card in the U.S. history. We did over like a $2.1 million gate, and it was completely sold out. The most attendees in UFC history for a fight night card in the U.S. as well. So it's like, I'm going to be exciting. I will never give up. I will not cower away or back out, look for a way out ever. I'm going to be exciting. I'm going to put on a show, and I can sell tickets.
So what do you think? Does Emmett deserve the title fight after his recent performances? And if not, then who should first take on Alexander Volkanovski? Guys, thanks so much for watching. If you like the content we do here on this channel, please like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.